Sunday morning. I am part of Local 175 and 633 of the UFCW, and I am a comp rep. And this is what I do. And I love the work that I do because I know I can help injured workers. But it also comes with a downside, and some of that is the most challenging and depressing and stressful work that I take home to my little ones at times, and I have to mull over on weekends and holidays. And it's because I'm constantly thinking about the people that I haven't yet helped, the people that are injured daily, and like everyone's been saying, those that simply don't return home after work. The most recent statistics from the Association of Workers' Compensations Board of Canada says that in 2017, 951 workplace fatalities were reported in Canada. And the early statistics for 2018 are well over 1,000. And among those deaths were 23 young workers aged 15 to 24. And when we add to those numbers, it's the claimed numbers. Those numbers are well over 250,000 here in Canada with the WSIB statistics. But more importantly, those statistics don't even tell us the ones that aren't reported, the ones that that aren't impacted by the board or compensation system. So we need to reflect on the workers' tragedy that also affects their loved ones, their family members. It's so cold to change pages. Friends and coworkers that are directly affected by workplace injuries, and those that are left behind and deeply impacted, and their lives are altered permanently. The Workplace Compensation Act was passed in 1914, and after more than 100 years, the current WSIB has managed to degrade, deplete, and royally mess up the intention of the system. Our historic compromise was to give up our rights to sue our employers for injuries and deaths in order to have a system that cared for our needs when we were ill or injured. In some ways, I feel that we need to go back to suing our employers because navigating the WSIB has become the most frustrating, soul-sucking, and demoralizing experience for injured workers, as well as those of us who actually try to work the system as well. Since 1991, we've commemorated the day of mourning. Mourn for the dead, fight for the living. It's become increasingly harder to fight for the living because of compensation system and now a conservative government that chooses to throw us away rather than deal with us. As Jonas mentioned, the Canadian Labour Council was also named 2019 One is Too Many, No One Should Die on the Job, because we know that injury, illness, and death is just an accident. They are always preventable. And it's the prevention that concerns our union as we are seeing exponential increase in mental health cases. Don't get me wrong, workplace injuries like slip and falls and amputations and musculoskeletal diseases, occupational diseases are immensely important and preventable too. But we still have a system that prevents injuries. But don't tell Ford that because he'll keep cutting the ministry inspectors as we go. But we are extremely far behind in our conversation about mental health and illness in the workplace. Mental health institutions like CAMH, even Bell Let's Talk, have brought the issue of mental illness and disease to the public dialogue. 1 in 3 Canadians are suffering from some form of mental condition. So we're talking about mental health, but where is the conversation about prevention and implementation? Many employers offer EAP programs to workers, but many of them have limitations. And there are plenty of community health clinics providing, counselors, therapists, psychologists, but with a price tag that many workers can't afford. So again, where are the employers in this conversation? We're not identifying the warning signs, the workplace barriers, prevention, and support when they are identified. Mental health issues come with precarious workers and confidentiality concerns. Many workers aren't comfortable reaching out to their employer to identify their failings and troubles. We have yet to create an environment where there is a plan for helping and working with workers with mental health concerns while being empathetic, compassionate, and accommodating without jeopardizing the restraint and respect of workers. And our concern about the state of our mental health issues in the workplace is that the harassment and bullying and, pardon my children, shitty working conditions are inevitably going to push our workers over the edge. And we will see a spike in suicides and more fatal accidents due to concentration issues, drug and alcohol abuse, exhausted workers, and workers just completely broken down. And this holds so true to workers when we also have to navigate the WSIB and deal with the incredibly broken system that is out there. The board has gone so far as to develop specific policies to help with chronic mental stress, chronic pain, and psychotraumatic to support workers. The downside is that according to their own statistics, there's less than 95% of those claims are actually being allowed. Their own staff is suffering. The unionized staff of the WSIB has been walking off the job to the extreme stress conditions they are working under because of unmanageable caseloads, poor decision making, lack of management support, layoffs, and understaffing. And guess what? They don't qualify under their own policies. My concern with the rise of mental health claims is that in 1 year, in 2 years, or even in 3 years, we're going to be standing here and talking and hearing more about workers who have been lost because we didn't see the signs. We didn't fix the problem. We didn't find or develop solutions to deal with workers who are suffering. And we didn't create workplaces that will identify, accommodate, and restructure to make workers safe and happy. We need an atmosphere where going to a counselor or therapist when you're feeling sad or overwhelmed should be as normal as going to the doctor when you have the flu or you're injured at work. Ultimately, even though we are here today to mourn the dead, we are also here to fight for the living, and we need to be vigilant and take charge on prevention. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. It's important.